Okay, let's see. Do I hold grudges? Not really. You're very cute, aren't you? I could just eat you up. Hey, yo! Hey, silence! Hey, yo! Warning, this game involves strong language, unsettling themes, kidnapping needles, chloroform knives, and player death. Worthy Love is intended for mature audience only. Viewers' discretion is advised. And welcome in to Worthy Lover. This is a game where apparently you get kidnapped by a dad. So, hey, DILF YANDERE. Let's get right into it, shall we? Your head felt heavy as you tried to open your eyes, realizing you had a pounding headache and your limbs were restrained. You let out a groan and heard someone clear their throat. I see, you're awake. You flinched, not being able to see in the dark room was making you nervous. Where am I? What's going on? You couldn't remember anything. Nice to finally meet you. I've learned so much about you. What? Oh, before we begin, while I am aware of your legal information, what would you like me to call you? Lionel, why not? Lovely to finally meet you, Lionel. You heard a small click as a faint light flickered on above you. As your vision adjusted, you saw a man, tall, well over 6 feet. He was shrouded in darkness, so all you could see of his face was his mouth and the glint of his eyes. Your stomach dropped as you had no clue what you were going to do, but you shifted in your restraints, feeling the tautness against your skin. I have a few questions for you. You stared at him and almost scoffed. As if I have a choice in answering. What do you want? I don't think you're in a position to be asking me things in that tone of voice, little one. Where do you get up calling me little one? I just told you to watch your tone, kid. Screw you! I'm old enough to be your dad. I don't think you want that, sweet thing. Who are you to tell me that? Maybe I'm into it, but I don't even know what to make of this. You grew nauseous from the way he quickly flipped his demeanor. Anyways, it's question time. I hope you answer well. This is to determine your worth as a lover. For you? You? He looked at you for a moment before grinning. Absolutely not. You're a little too young for my taste. However, I am flattered. I mean, look at him. Just look at him. Well, except for the fact that he's got a Susan tattoo on his chest. I mean, heck, I want to have my hands all over him. Speaking of taste and partners, this will be my first question for you. What is your type? Oh my god, yandere, tsundere, loving and caring, hot, mentally stable, blank. Okay, I know the yandere will probably be the wrong choice here, so loving and caring, because technically that's what they are. Well, that's not a bad answer, but it's kind of a cop-out, you know? Ironically, my best friend is kind of a cop. He's the boss of someone very important to me. You see, it's very important to me to have your answers. And I need to know these things to be helpful. You're being helpful by kidnapping me? Yes, he might not realize I'm being helpful, but he will, especially if I deem you unfit. Though he might try to kill me first. He let out a slow chuckle at this, and for a moment it sounded familiar, very faintly familiar. He watches you carefully, and you debated whether you should ask another question. Who did you kidnap me for? Why would I tell you that? You would dislike that person immediately, wouldn't you? I can't believe you want their efforts to go to waste. That's disgusting behavior from you. Well, don't I deserve to know what kind of monster asked you to kidnap me? Did you not listen to me earlier, little one? He doesn't know I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I need to vet you. Idiot. A stupid person gets stupid questions. Okay, what's your least favorite profession as a partner? Government workers, game developers, anything where you're gone for long periods of time, work from home, anything. I guess government workers. Any particular reason? The government sucks. It's corrupt. Anyone supporting or upholding it is the worst. Well then, you're not wrong, but I still don't like your answer. Conflict of interest. Your stomach dropped. Do you work for the government? His grin grew wild. Take a wild guess, dear. A shiver ran through your body and you realized just how cold the room was. You looked around nervously, the faint light not letting you see anything. Tss. he snapped at you, making your gaze go to him again. There are those pretty eyes. You felt viscerally uncomfortable with the way he said that, your entire being screaming at you to move. Bear with me for a moment. Did you know that I'm a terrible father? I've never once spoken to my son. And you still kidnapped me for your son! Dude! I doubt he even knows what I look like, unless Susan told him. All I know about him is what his name is, and I've watched from afar. I will never say hello. That's his decision. If he wants to find me, he can. So, for your third question, how do you feel about children? I mean, I like them, but have one or two, I guess. I can understand that. What did you ask me about kids if you're not a good father yourself? That's a question for you to figure out on your own. This reminds me that my son might hold a grudge against me for never being in his life. Do you hold grudges? Depends on if you let me go. I mean, I guess the right answer to this is like sometimes. I mean, that's my answer, honestly. It's not the right answer, but it's my answer, so screw you. That's a valid line of thought. I can understand holding some grudges and forgiving others. I wonder if you'll forgive me. Probably not. I guess I should expect that. If him loving you says anything about his own reaction, I'm glad I'll be prepared. I do hope he forgives me one day. It'd be irritating for him to yell at me. So the idea of pissing him off is lovely in itself. Oh, do you enjoy dad jokes? You groaned in disgust. Was the captain really about to make some corny dad joke right now? What did the evil chicken lay? You stared blankly at him. A deviled egg! What is this guy on? For someone who says they're oh so old, you don't look or act it. How flattering of you, little one. I'm actually 47, but I doubt you can see the gray hairs from where you're seated. 47 ain't that old. I mean, to me at least, I have no idea. You've amused my son a bit, and he seems to find happiness in you. What does that mean? Well, I think you're, 1 out of 10, I suppose. Hey! I'm at least a 6, okay? What do you mean I've abused your son? Poor thing is infatuated with you. A mere 1. Anyways, what makes you happiest? Oh my god, my lover, my job, my friends, my family, my hobbies, not being kidnapped. My lover, I guess. He stared at you, his grin growing before he spoke. Oh, such a lovely response. Anyway, we're almost done. One last question, little one. Then I might let you free. He let out a trembling breath. Your heart was racing as you tried to mentally prepare for the final question. I must know. What do you want your last name to be? I guess Galverton? I'm excited to become your father-in-law. Yes! I knew it! I knew you were Ezra's dad! Jeez! You watched him wearily, unsure of why he asked you that. Do I attempt to ask why? Just curious, little one. Who even are you? Ah, finally a question I'm glad to answer, sweet thing. My name is Silas. Oh my god, so close! Oh, oh my god. Silas Galverton. Before you could respond, he covers your mouth with a rag. Your eyes widening in horror as you smell the faint floral scent of chloroform. Your body slowly slipped into the unconscious void of sleep. You woke up in the nice soft comforts of your bed. Your pillows were fluffed and your blankets nicely tucked in around you. Tears filled your eyes as you realized you were home. You survived. Ending 2 out of 3. Good, Ed. So how do I get the bad ending? Okay, we gotta see what happens if we just keep quiet the whole way through. Let's just see what's up. What's my type? Nothing. It's adorable that you think silence will get you the outcome you want. You see, it's very important to me to have your answers. I need to know these things to be helpful. Yeah. Next question. What is your least favorite profession for a partner? I'm not gonna answer you. Jesus Christ, you're such a child. I should kill you right here and now for being so freaking disappointing. Genuinely, get over yourself. A shiver ran through your body and realized just how cold the room was. Next question. How do you feel about children? I'm not gonna answer. I understand you don't want to answer, but for your own sake, I would suggest answering. Why did you ask me about kids if you're not a good father yourself? That's a question for you to figure out on your own. Next question. Do you hold grudges? Not answering! You watched him rub his forehead in annoyance. I guess I should expect that. If him loving you says anything about his own reaction, I'm glad I'll be prepared. I do hope he forgives me one day. It'd be irritating to have him yell at me. Alright, next question. What makes you happiest? I'm not answering! You're pathetic. You know that, right? Anyways, we're almost done. One last question. Then I might let you free. You let out trembling breath. Your heart was racing as you tried to mentally prepare for the final question. I must know. What do you want your last name to be? I'm not answering! Nothing? I suppose you desire to die then, huh? You watched him warily, unsure of why he asked you that. Do I attempt to ask why? Just curious, little one. Who even are you? Finally a question I'm glad to answer, sweet thing. My name is Silas. Silas Galverton. But unfortunately, I've decided that you don't deserve my son. I may not be a worthy father, but you are not a worthy lover. He is my only boy after all. Your heart began to race as a tall man finally stepped closer to you. Struggling against your restraints, you desperately tried to get away from him, but you couldn't. The knots were tight as ever, and he was so close. Tears filled your eyes as you saw him produce a knife from his pocket, the blade drawing close to your skin. Your body shook as he tilted your head back against the chair, making it impossible for you to squirm. Oh no! Oh no! Silas! Silas! Listen! We can talk about this! It burned as it sliced into the soft flesh of your neck, a cry ripping from your throat. As you gasped for air, your vision began to blur and darken. Your fingers grew cold and your stomach was churning. I do care for my son. Just a little. Enough to know that a brat like you doesn't deserve him. Oh, bad end. Well, how do I get ending number 1? Okay, now we're gonna try to get the neutral ending for this, which is kind of tricky. You're gonna need to get exactly 0 affection points. It's gotta be right in the middle between whether he loves you or hates you. So yeah, what is your type? Yandere. Oh, that's wonderful, sugar. I couldn't be happier. You might just be perfect for him. You see, it's very important to me to have your answers. Yeah. Next question. What's your least favorite profession for a partner? Government workers. Any particular reason? The government sucks. It's corrupt. Anyone supporting or upholding it is the worst. Well then, you're not wrong, but I still don't like your answer. Conflict of interest. Yes, and you do work for the government. Next question. How do you feel about children? I love kids. I want quite a few. Good answer, sweet thing. What'd you ask me about kids if you're not a good father yourself? That's a question for you to figure out on your own. Alright, next question. Do you hold grudges? Screw you! Once again, sweet thing, I cannot and will not screw you. You're too young for my taste. And anyway, I already have a lovely wife at home. Bruh, why are you shirtless, by the way? Apparently you're very weak. After all, you threw up all over my shirt after I kicked you in the stomach. What is wrong with you? Jeez! I guess I should have expected that. If him loving you says anything about his own reaction, I'm glad I'll be prepared. I do hope he forgives me one day. It'd be irritating to have him yell at me. Alright, next question. Alright, what makes you happiest? My lover. He stared at you, his grin growing before he spoke. Such a lovely response. Next question. What do you want your last name to be? We're gonna go for Kenneth's, last name because apparently that nets you -2 points. So hey, let's go for this. I see that problem still hasn't been dealt with. You watched him warily, unsure of why he asked you that. Do I attempt to ask why? Just curious, little one. Who even are you? Finally a question I'm glad to answer, sweet thing. My name is Silas. Silas Galverton. You heard a small snap as he put on gloves. I think I've heard enough from you, sugar. Thank you for your time and input. I'll be returning you now. You began to feel queasy as he came closer. Unfortunately, I can't just let you figure out where you are. He held up a syringe, gently flicking the tip of it. As he stepped closer to you, your heart dropped. What's in that? Something to make you go night-night. Oh man, I've always wanted to say that. I feel like a true dad now. Anyways, get some sleep. You'll be back at your home in no time. As you press the liquid into your body, you take a deep breath to steady yourself. Oh, but before you go, I might need to see you again. I haven't decided whether I like you or not. As your heart dropped with sudden exhaustion, you saw a flash of smile on his lips, fear filling your body. Okay, are we gonna end up back home? You didn't want to return. Ending 1 out of 3, neutral end. Well, that's all the endings for Worthy Lover. thank you all so much for coming. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to play this for yourself, link to game will be in the description below, alongside with Discord, so on and so forth. And hey, there's even a link to Restart Heart, which this game is part of the universe for. So hey, anyway, I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lionel, signing off. Ciao.